Thank you, sir. So that was the PTA, the regulator perspective, who is trying to look for a new name. So if you have any suggestions, hashtag them out to DigiBAP, and we'll perhaps forward them on to Ismail Saab. May I please request our second guest of honor, Syed Irfan Ali, who's the Executive Director of Banking Policy and Regulations Group at the State Bank of Pakistan, to join us on stage and give the banking perspective.
Thank you so much, and what an honor to be here today in this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It is my great pleasure to be with you at this digital and mobile banking, excuse me, and mobile payment summit 2017. And I'm really honored to be here, and really honored that Faraz Anwar, Jabbar Zaidi Saab and Tarabiz invited me here. And it's a great honor to be present in this hall in the presence of so many excellent speakers and guests. First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizers of Tarabiz Group for their sincere efforts in bringing together diverse professionals at such an event. I would like to share with you some of my thoughts on the important subject of digital banking and mobile payments. I'm pleased to share with you that SBP is currently working on introduction of a separate category of a bank, i.e. the digital bank. A digital bank incorporates new and developing technologies throughout a financial services entity in concert with the associated changes in internal and external relationships to provide enhanced customer services and experiences effectively and efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, the expectations of today's customers, especially technology savvy and millennials towards banking services, are changing. Therefore, the digital consumers demand more choices, immediately availability and direct access to ready-to-use services. The virtual digital branch environment, innovative product payment solutions, mobile technology, social media interactions are some of the features of the digital bank. Technology companies, especially fintechs, are rapidly expanding their activities to financial services, continually innovating and competing, collaborating with banks for digitizing the customer behaviors. Fintechs are therefore the important partners of the ecosystem. If you won't mind, I like to call them the second wife. Ladies and gentlemen, achievement of financial inclusion is the first and foremost objective of the government of Pakistan and the central bank. I would touch base on the regulatory objectives behind encouraging the digitization of banking services. As you are aware, in order to enhance the financial inclusion in Pakistan, State Bank has formulated and launched National Financial Inclusion Strategy, wherein a target of 50% growth in bank accounts by adult population till 2020 has been set out to enhance the outreach of basic financial services to unbanked, underserved segments. The objective of tapping half of adults for banking services would be achieved through transforming the banking services into digital sphere. Ladies and gentlemen, branchless banking is considered as the strongest driver for achievement of financial inclusion objective. We have 11 branchless operators in Pakistan, which are conducting around 1.3 million transactions a day. Over 20 million people have opened their digital accounts, i.e. mobile wallets. These digital transactions can be conducted at 350,000 agents spread across Pakistan. By the way, 8 years ago, there were none. So this is a development that has taken place over the past 8 years. And Nadeem would testify to this development, and as he played the most critical role. Financial deepening is another objective that the SBP intends to achieve by increasing the provision of financial services with a wider choice geared to all levels of society. Excuse me. It can also play an important role in reducing risk and vulnerability for disadvantaged groups and increasing the ability of individuals and households to access basic services. Of course, cost effectiveness is also part of our objectives. The cost advantage accrues indirectly to the customers as banks gain from this low-cost delivery model. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come a long way from traditional banking services to create modern banks and a digital future. For the regulators, introducing new regulatory environment requires complete clarity about what its value drivers are. We therefore need to understand the following aspects. The first is, of course, collaboration, partnerships. We are already into a collaboration partnership with Pakistan Telecommunication Authority. We are talking to fintechs, we're talking to global fintechs, we're talking to SECP, you name it. So State Bank is a hard, fast believer in collaboration. Partnerships between banks and financial technologies firms or fintechs and startups are needed to succeed in this competitive banking landscape in the future. Globally, the investment in fintechs has soared from US dollars 1.8 billion in 2010 to US dollar 19 billion in 2015. State Bank of Pakistan is cognizant of the bank fintech collaborations, and we are aware that 23 fintechs are currently available in our market. We have to see how the banking industry would acknowledge this revolution in Pakistan and translate into strategies to get the benefit of synergy. At the moment, there is a strong debate around the globe on the regulatory framework for fintechs, as the regulators have to create a balance between innovation and risk management. And I think this innovation and risk management is of critical importance because of the fact that we should not over-regulate. We should let the market also take its own course, whereby risk and innovation have to go hand in hand. Then we have to work on application program interface. Open to innovation is needed anyway. A connection between internal systems and external market realities can lead to more valuable innovations. To open up the room for innovation and competition among the market participants, the application program interface must adhere to the international standards. Then is cloud computation to handle big data. State Bank has recently issued a framework on IT governance and risk management for public comments. This is on our website. You're welcome to give your comments. The banks and subject matter experts have already provided their comments, and we are waiting for some more. We are analyzing the comments, and we would shortly be taking a decision in this regard. Then digital experience or omni-channel approach. Digital experiences are not new, as you are aware. We are working in the areas of online banking, internet banking, and branches banking for more than a decade. Digitalization of banking services by way of transformation from a multi-channel approach to an omni-channel approach will enable the banks to put the customer at the center. Mobile phone and internet usage and penetration, Dr. Ismail Shah has already elaborated on this, but 137 million mobile subscribers, 39 million 3G, 4G subscribers are big numbers that show the underlying potential for digital banking in Pakistan. According to an estimate, over 35 million smartphones are available. Dr. Sab said that. Banks therefore need to leverage the distribution network and muscular strength of telecom operators for the financial services. The emergence of digital forces, social, mobile, analytics, clouds, and the Internet of Things are creating new and valuable avenues and the means to do the cost-effective business. The task at hand is certainly not easy. The digital shift is cultural shift with new skills required to meet new digitally aware customers. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, SBP is working on development of a way forward for digital banks in Pakistan. We will be adopting a building block approach. SBP is working on development of a concept paper on digital banks. This concept paper would include the international experiences of a digital bank, regulatory framework available, best international practices, etc. Once we are finalized with the thought process, we would invite comments, feedback of local and international experts on the concept paper. Then SBP would develop a regulatory framework on digital banks after inviting the feedback. The regulatory feedback would ideally encompass the following broader area among others: entry criteria for the establishment of digital banks, minimum capital required for establishment of a digital bank, customer onboard criteria, as well as digitization support for an omni-channel banking paradigm. State Bank of Pakistan encourages the banks to help shape the stage for digitization by offering innovative and sound products. At the end of the day, we should judge the financial system in terms of how well it serves people and the real economy. Banks therefore need to reinvent themselves to some degree, which would make the banking sector more stable and resilient towards the needs of the customers. State Bank of Pakistan is keen to work with different stakeholders of banking industry, including but of course not limited to financial institutions, non-banking financial institutions, other regulatory bodies and private sector enterprises, in order to further strengthen our local banking sector as well as economy. Here I end my speech, and I expect you will have a very productive deliberations on the topic today. Thank you so much.